Hey, we want to thank Dee Lee, Chris Chen, and Dave Chen for contributing to our Patreon. We hope you enjoyed the early access to the full episodes of Lucky Boys Podcast. Much love, and thank you for supporting us.
Lucky Boys Podcast.
It was just straight up, boom, hit me with that. Like, I don't give a fuck what you're doing. I'm leaving now, my way or the highway type shit.
Right.
Fuck your friends and your stupid sport. Right. So
she didn't have to say all that, but you got the impression.
Yeah. And just the energy. So that was the beginning of the end of that relationship. You know, the honeymoon stage, everyone's putting the best front.
Yep.
Right.
Totally agree
and
with that.
once that begins to kind of fade out, and the real them, the representative goes back into hiding, and it's the real them. You get to the inside. Man, that was ugly. When I say it's just ugly, stop hanging out with your friends. Right? Meet up with me 24/7.
Right.
Stop dressing like this. You shouldn't wear hats. You should comb your hair more. You should cut it like this.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, you crazy?
Well, I mean,
that sounds a real controlling behavior.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, super controlling.
That's like
Super
next
controlling.
level. Like your hair, the way you dress.
I remember I was watching the Giants game, and she called me, and she was just straight up like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm watching the game. Who you watching with? I was like, I'm watching with my brother. Chill. I was like, why are you attacking? Like, you mad? Like, she's like, well, is that why we're not hanging out today? I was like, what? You didn't even make plans with me today. I didn't say we couldn't chill. If you wanted to chill, I would have chilled with you. I was like, do you want to hang out? No, forget it. Like, wait, what? Yeah. And she made me feel like I did something wrong. Like, wait, I didn't even do anything. Like, wait, what are you doing? Like, why are you mad at me for all of a sudden? Because I feel like she wanted me to just, I think the right answer for her would have been, I'm not doing anything. I miss you. This and that. Something,
I wouldn't. So here's a you think that you have the right answer.
I'm not saying she's evil, but I just wasn't the right fit for that girl. You know, girls like that, I'm not the right fit. So I broke up with her.
Yeah.
I think that's also like the personality type. And then I don't know if you guys ever heard of the saying where if somebody has such a huge, that's actually of course trust issue. Like, you're here while you're there. Or every time you go somewhere, you have to let them know, and you never did anything to make them distrust you, right? Usually they say once they do that, and this is like literally me, not only like seeing through my own eyes, but to a lot of people, friends, close friends and stuff, situation that happened in their life, they had these kind of behavior. And guess what? Like 99% of them are like, they have trust with you because they know they are going out there and doing messed up things.
Right.
Well,
things.
here's what I think.
Is because they did the same thing. That's why they don't trust the person. Like, if they cheated, and then they don't trust the other person because they know people cheat.
And that's the reason they need to keep you close as possible and have that control over you. And then there's the other personality type. They're extreme. They're like, they go extreme. Like, they would attack you and things like that.
Yeah.
They go
physically.
Yeah. So I think like at the end of the day, like, and believe it or not, and I'm pretty sure they might have somebody that kind of matches with that toxicity, where like two people are like that, and that's great for them.
It's like the Eminem song. I forget. Did you do it?
Did you do it? Like I cheated on you, so now I'm assuming you're cheating on me too, kind of deal. But another reason why they do that is because they may feel that your friends are the reason you're gonna cheat. They may instigate you cheating. So she wants to cut off any male ties, because guys' night out, what do guys do? Right? She's in her brain, you guys go into the club, and when guys on the club, they're out trying to meet girls. So she's not gonna go. So she knows that if you don't spend time with your friends and you put all your focus on her, you're gonna lose your friends, and it's gonna allow her to control you more.
Get closer to basically, your circle becomes smaller and smaller.
That may work. I've seen it. That happened to our roommate in college, right? Where she like wooed all of us, and we're like, damn, she's awesome. And then she slowly started cutting him off. Slowly, like she started having a deeper sexual relationship with him. So she started controlling him with sex. She weaponized sex.
Yeah.
She started making threats like with the sex, like, oh, you're hanging out with your boys? Well, come on, what's up with this? You know, and of course he's not going to go, oh, yeah, I pass and I'm going to hang out with my friends. He's going to, okay.
Sex is more fun than drinking beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drinking.
So she started weaponizing. Then she got him weak. And then when that didn't work anymore, then she would use drugs, like smoking weed and whatnot. And then got him. And he never really smoked weed until that. And then she started controlling him with drugs. She was extremely manipulative. And then eventually we just didn't see him anymore. And we lived with him. Right? We lived with this guy and we just didn't see him anymore. And he would only come out to eat.
Yeah.
And that was it. And we actually had a intervention with him. Right?
Yeah.
And it was Norm actually came up to me. It was like, Will, man. And he never says shit. Norm usually like doesn't give a fuck, very aloof. And he came up to me. He's like, Will, I need you to talk to him, man. Like, we need to sit down. I'm like, dude, there's nothing we can say. He is gone, man. I'm telling you, he is like, he's not ready. We got to give him space and time. And Norm's like, no, we got to talk to him, man. I was like, all right. So we had this intervention one time, just us and him, just the roommates, right? Just all three of us and him. It was because there was 4 of us living in that house. And the whole time he's listening to us, he didn't say anything. All he did was nod his head.
But that's I mean, because we know him, that's his MO. I mean,
No,
that's his MO.
he was just respecting us, and he didn't want to disrespect us. But he didn't want to hear anything we had to say. He didn't want to hear anything. I could tell. You could feel his energy. Like, come on, guys, shut the fuck up. Let me go back in my room with my girl, and that's it. But he knew. He was like, man, I don't know what I was thinking, man. I was just so. I was like, was it the sex? He admitted. He's like, man,
he was under the spell.
I was under the spell, man. She got me with the sex and the drugs, man. It's very powerful, very powerful weapon used against them.
Absolutely, and I keep saying this to a lot, like everybody, like when you're in that situation, like the longer you stay with them, the harder it gets. You know, the harder it gets to let go, right?
Very true.
It's the same thing as you said. It's like almost like a drug, right? You're like
You become an addict.
You become an addict.
The longer you're an addict, the harder it is to, you know.
But
that goes both ways. Like sometimes for the female, a guy could pull some weird controlling. I've seen guys
absolutely.
do some toxic ass shit,
Guys
like
I agree.
to cut off anyone and everyone that's associated with her, so that they could get full control of her. And on top of that, and here's a big way guys do it: they attack the girl's self-esteem.